Welcome to the Bird Gang Nation Sports Media Show, repping the greatest team of all time. Let's go! Bird Gang 31, he be the host with the most. We going deep, burning teams. They ain't nothing but toast. It's in your Estes. Sirianni put me in coach, running like Miles Sanders Hill. I bumped my head on the post. Touchdown! Yeah, that's coming. Devontae's crazy route running. Jalen hurting them, throwing lasers. The Rager Young gunning. Come on! On the D side, we ride, stack them with Fletcher, lay them out on the stretcher. No one can protect you. Watch Darius lay them, shutting down your routes. Come on! In my green John, eating Philly cheesesteaks. Put up your cups, wings up, if you can relate. Tailgating at the link like Gangsta Stride. To the Bird Gang Nation, that's worldwide. On Sundays, catch the pre and post game. Mondays is Birds on Broad Street with Philly Notion and Cool Cat, the man in motion. And Wednesdays, the midweek special got you open with JC from Eagles Talk, hitting like B-Dog, baby.
Welcome to another episode of Bird Gang Nation Sports Talk. I'm your host, Bird Gang 31. Today, Nation, we got a very special guest in the house today, Mr. Aaron from Unnecessary Bluntness. How you doing today, my guy?
What up, though? What's going on, man? I'm good. The intro was it gave me some chills a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even an Eagles fan.
Oh no, the Birds are coming.
That was you rapping, man. Was that you rapping?
Yeah. I like that. What did you say?
Was that you rapping?
Oh no, man, no. That's my buddy Kevin Estes. Man,
Okay.
Kevin Estes, man, he's definitely an awesome rapper. You know, I'm working on him to give me some more hooks for my network shows and all that kind of stuff and all my other shows and stuff right now. I found him a little Philly guy. He was like, man, I was like, that was fire as hell. You know, like you have someone do something for you, you like wonder if it's gonna be good or not, you know, man. So you drop that thing. I'm like, fire, let's go. You know? Let's go. Hey, shout out to everybody in the chat. We got 10 starting out. What's up, my guys? I see some Carolina Panther fans up in here. How y'all doing today? Welcome to the nation. You know what I'm saying? How we doing? We got Boy Yo. We got Nas the Toad.
That's my boy.
Grand Zier, my guy. What up with you? We got Mr. T Money 1993 in the house. We got Coach Dante. What up, my guy? Mrs. Bird Gang, how you doing, babe? Grand Steer saying what's up. All right, man. So yeah, why don't you let everybody know where they can find you at and tell them a little something about your network, your show, your channel.
Yeah, so you can find me on not all platforms, but you can find me on for NFL stuff. You gotta holler at me on Twitter at Dunk on Demand, DUNC on Demand. I had it up here somewhere on the show, but my name Dunk on Demand. I do NFL content, Panthers content, film breakdowns, live streams, analysis. The podcast is cranking up soon. NFL and the Panthers in particular, you know, show a little love. But I've been rocking on YouTube for a little minute now, but the Panthers niche is growing like crazy. The fan base is growing, but I love it. So I mean, just doing videos. I'm trying to get on the consistent pattern, but we do post-game streams on Sunday. I have usually a Wednesday live stream where I do news and predictions for the week, and videos sprinkled in everywhere in between because the Panthers have been all over the news lately. So I really haven't had a set schedule. I've just been dropping in as news breaks. So
nice, man. Nice.
That's exciting.
That's grinding, man. Yeah, this is a grind, man. Everyday grind, man. From work to YouTube to work to YouTube. He's like, come on now. But hey, it's all worth it, giving our fans what they need to hear about our favorite team. So it's all good.
Yes,
so,
sir.
How you liking your team so far? Give me a breakdown of the first quarter of your team.
It's been solid, in my opinion. It's about what I expected. Starting 3-1. The schedule was pretty light up front. I'm gonna be completely honest, and that's kind of where everybody's been kind of throwing shade on us as a team. Even though there's plenty of teams in the league that really haven't played anybody yet, but nevertheless, I've been real impressed with this defense. We have a lot of speed, a lot of youth, and real impressed with the front office. Just the moves that we've been making aggressively. I'm sure you're aware of the trade last week for C.J. Henderson from the Jags for a 5th-round pick and a tight end. And then this week, we acquired arguably the best corner in the league, is Stephon Gilmore, for a 6th-round pick.
Who you guys' GM is again? Because we didn't talk to that guy because he works a little bit better than Howie right now. How you get Henderson and Gilmore? I've been stomping the tables for both of those guys here in Philly, and we got neither one of them, man. I was kind of mad about that. But, hey, at least is Henderson playing this week?
Henderson is playing this week. Gilmore is still on the PUP list until week 7.
I can do that. I can deal with that.
That's why the Patriots did that.
Yeah, I can deal with that one. You know, I can deal with CJ, but yeah, it's good that Gilmore not playing with us, man. So yeah, keep on continuing. What else you got going on over there in the Panthers? How the injury report looking?
We're looking okay. Obviously, our 1st-round draft pick, J.C. Horn, broke his foot last week on Thursday. Not last week, a couple weeks ago on Thursday Night Football. He's a physical, tall corner that showed a lot of potential. Very aggressive type of guy, but that's kind of what motivated us to go get C.J. Henderson. But at the same time, our GM has kind of been preaching like, hey, we're not just doing these moves because of this, that, or the third. We're doing these moves to be proactive. If we see a deal there, they've been on the record saying they want to be in on every deal. If something's available and we feel like we can upgrade the team, we're going to do it. I mean, granted, we have Dante Jackson, who's a solid corner that's in his contract year. We had J.C. Horn, we drafted, obviously, with a top 10 pick, but they still felt the need to go try to get some youth. You can get C.J. Henderson with that much talent. He fits that same mold of J.C. Horn, 6 feet, 6'1", 190-something pound corner, physical, can play press, can play man. There's a certain profile that these guys are looking for. When they feel like they can go get that, they're going to get that. And to a lesser extent, not lesser, I mean, he's one of the best corners in the league, but Stephon Gilmore fits that mold too. He can play man corner, he can play physical, he can play the slot, he can play on the outside. We have they call us a college-like defense because we do so many looks. So we really you can never have too many corners, and especially guys that can cover in our division when you're going against the Bucks who got AB, Godwin, Evans, Gronk, whatever. But injury-wise also, Christian McCaffrey, everybody saw him get hurt on Thursday Night Football.
Is he not playing?
He's practicing this week. He said he feels confident. It looks like it's going to be a game-time decision, which is a relief for us.
Not a relief. I was hoping he was sitting out another week. You guys need to take care of your star player. You know what I'm saying? He's not 100%. Just let him sit another week out and then let him come back next week. It'd be all good. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate that in Philadelphia. Y'all can do that for us.
I say that too, but when you pay a guy $15 million, if you can go, they're gonna put you in the game. That's why he gets the ball 30 times a game. They're gonna run him into the dirt eventually. I think he should sit out another week too, in my opinion. But like I said, he's the $15 million man, and he's the face of the franchise. I mean, if he wants to play, you let the guy play. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but he should be back. I think he'll be back. Like I said, I don't think he should play, but I think he will be back, barring any setbacks. Obviously, and like I said, it'll be a game time decision. Our coaches said they're not going to play Christian unless he's 100%, because if he plays, they're not going to take it easy on him. They're not going to give him a pitch count or anything. No, they're going to play him regular Christian McCaffrey, 25, 30 touches a game. So they're not going to put him in there unless he's 100%. So I understand that motivation, but we will see what happens. With other injuries.
You like Chuba? You like Chuba?
Chuba's solid. But there's no replacing the best running back in the league. You know what I'm saying? But Chuba's solid. He's
the best running back in the league.
To me, that's
the guy in Tennessee named Derrick Henry, my guy.
I mean, that's
Christian, but nobody does Henry right here. Then everybody else kind of fall a little bit down here. Come on now, you got to get real with running back. D. Henry, the best.
Okay, but Christian McCaffrey is the only player on the team that you know is going to get the ball 30 times a game, and you still can't stop him. Like if you can stop the run, but you can still get him the ball to pass. You can stop the Derrick Henry at the line of scrimmage. We saw them struggle this past week without their two best receivers in Julio and AJ Brown. So you can get the Derrick Henry and shut him down, but it's just too many
to shut down.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because of the size, but there's just too many dimensions to Christian McCaffrey's game, in my opinion. That's why
Best
I think
overall running back in the league. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
passing and rushing. Yeah, like the best dual threat back in the league. I'll give you that one. Yeah.
And then, I mean, I don't think that one's a hot take, but this may be a hot take. In my opinion, I'll take Alvin Kamara over Derrick Henry, to be honest. But
Whoa!
and I don't even like the Saints.
You threw a
I don't
shade
even
on
like the
Henry
Saints.
like
Like,
that. You gave me more than one person. I gave you a Christian. But I can't come in and disrespect Henry. He ain't even an Eagle, my guy.
Yeah, and he ain't a Panther either. But I mean, seeing that dude 2 times a year, he's too tough to tackle. The balance is unreal. But I ain't talking about them. I ain't talking about them. Ain't
get off the other team.
Yeah, I don't rock with them.
So
but other
Trooper's all right.
Trooper's solid. Trooper he can be effective in the run game. I think he showed that a little against Dallas. Obviously, I have a little bit more faith in you guys' front four at least than Dallas. So it may be a different ball game if Christian doesn't play. But he struggles in the passing game. So it's really, we kind of use a committee approach to try to replace Christian McCaffrey. We've even been creative in putting DJ Moore in the backfield, running routes out of there and stuff like that. Because, I mean, DJ is one of the best yards at the catch receiver, if not the best, in my opinion. He turned into a running back in open field. So he has very good balance. He can break tackles. He runs behind his pads. He's a good yards to catch receiver. So
he doing that thing this year. I ain't gonna lie. DJ Moore is looking scary out there this year.
And this has been the breakout year for him that we kind of been waiting on. We've been having inconsistent quarterback play since he's been in the league. We had Kyle Allen beat up Cam Newton, Will Grier, Taylor Heineke, and of course Teddy last year. So it's just been kind of inconsistent, but he's been a back-to-back 1,000-yard receiver the past 2 seasons. So, I mean, looks like him and Sam have something going on. Unfortunately, it's been at the expense of Robbie Anderson. But, I mean, DJ's trying to get that back. So
I see Sam Darnold in the comments here. How do you like my boy Sam Darnold? Like, that is one play. Like, listen, I'm a USC fan. You know what I'm saying? I'm fight Trojan. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Everybody get my boy Sam Darnold. I watched all his college years down at SC. You know what I'm saying? I was like, every game, my boy Sam Darnold's a beast. You know what I'm saying? He played for the Jets. That's the reason why he didn't look like a beast. Now he's with the Panthers. Give me your take on how Sam Darnold's playing for your team.
Well, so apparently the new nickname for him is either Sam Newton. You address him as Sam Newton or Cam Darnold, or Cam Darnold, because he's leading the league. He's tied for the league lead in rushing touchdowns right now. So like I said, you got to address that man as Sam Newton or Cam Darnold. But Sam, he's exceeded my expectations. But to me, the bar for him was on the floor because of how bad he's played in his career. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot more bad. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot more bad football we've seen of Sam Darnold than good football. So, like, him winning games, actually, and, like, being solid and competent at quarterback, even if the competition had been great, we've seen him play bad against bad competition with the Jets. So people saying, Sam Darnold's only beating up on these scrub teams. I'm like, dude, he was on the scrub team and wasn't doing this type of stuff before. So I'm like, okay, you got to give it something. And I wasn't a big Sam fan. I wasn't a big Teddy guy. I honestly thought we should have kept Cam at the time, played it out, brought in a young quarterback, and dealt with it from there. But Teddy, I'm like, okay, if this the hand you're gonna play with Teddy, ride it out. Why would you sign Teddy to a 3-year contract and get rid of him after a year? Go ahead.
What do you say about bringing Cam back now?
Fans are saying that we should, but I don't think it's worth it. And I mean, I love Cam. I mean, I got the Cam jersey right behind me. He's my dude. He's my dude. But I don't think we have the coaching staff to be able to handle that. Now, we have a lot of young guys. Of course, Sam Darnold, he's still developing. The mental is still a big part of what we're trying to do, rewire him from the days in New York and get his confidence up, get him back to the guy that you know and like at USC. So bringing in a guy like Cam Newton, instant headlines. This dude is box office. There's so many people that still love Cam. There's Cam Stans on Twitter that still go to war for this dude every day. I'm a big Cam fan. I get into it every now and then too on Twitter. But I just don't think the timing would be right because it will take, if Sam struggles at all, people are going to be calling for Cam off the jump street, just like any other backup quarterback that may
I
have
haven't
been.
watched Cam play the last little bit here. Yeah, I ain't been playing
Yeah,
that good Cam anymore. You know what I'm
but
saying? That's why I'm not in New England right now.
and he's lost. He's lost a little bit off his fastball. And he's lost maybe a step in the running game. But I still think he's better than. There's starting quarterbacks in the league that are not better than Cam Newton. I think we can see that from a day in and day out basis, especially with some of the injuries that happen from time to time, especially like Miami with Jacoby Brissett playing, or Houston got Davis Mills in there with
Yes.
after Tyrod Taylor being hurt. Like, so there's guys. I mean, there's spots that he could be there, but like, he's such a polarizing figure when it comes to the media, his personality, and like not even just like negative wise. Like, this dude is probably one of the best teammates in the league. Like, people think that he's just selfish and whatever, but if you talk to anybody that played with him, they have nothing but good things. Even Bill Belichick raved about how hard he worked, how good of a teammate he is. All the people in the Patriots organization talked about how good he was, and everybody thought that Cam's personality wasn't going to mesh with Belichick. But Belichick was a Cam fan, to be honest. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the national media tends to demonize him, but I think it gets to the point that people in the locker room like him too much, and then they're rooting for him. It puts unnecessary pressure on him.
When we had Wentz and Foles, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Then now Wentz and Hurts, just like you got two players, you know, the team kind of splits, you know what I'm saying? It's best to just keep
exactly,
one guy in there and keep him a hold of the team there. My boy
exactly.
Richard says, you need to know about these Carolina DNs. How good are they?
Uh, they're great. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. Brian Burns is the most underrated pass rusher in the NFL. Period. Like, the speed off the edge is ridiculous. He had some concerns about playing the run coming into the league because he was so skinny and light. But he's added weight. I think he's up to probably about 250, 260 now. And he's great against the run game. Like, he's been amazing. Long arms. He's very athletic, very rangy. He can move. He has one of the best first steps. He can bend the hoop and run the corner on anybody. So I love that. We brought in Hassan Riddick this year. He's played outside linebacker / DN, but undersized guy, tougher than people think. I thought that people would be able to beat him up and move him around a lot, but it's one of the toughest dudes I know. I mean, he's been playing out of position since he's been in the league. You know, he was in Arizona for a minute. Until his last year there, he was playing linebacker off the ball when he's really a undersized rush in. He got back with the coaches that coached him in college here with Matt Rule and Phil Snow. This dude's going in. He's leading the team in sacks right now, if I'm not mistaken. So both of these guys are probably on pace for double-digit sacks. Not to mention we have guys on the inside that are doing their thing too. So just the combination of what we're doing defensively, and the speed we have, them pairing those DNs up with the corners, the type of corners we have that we're trying to play with physical and fast man coverage outside. That's kind of one of the reasons why we've been so productive early this year as a defense when it comes to sacks and turnovers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then we got Damon Hedgie. He said, y'all outline gonna be interesting Sunday because Philly got some inside pressure. Our center's out today, so you guys lost your center today, and then the left tackle been out for the last 2 days.
Yeah, so I think that's almost the same thing that happened to us today. So I think Jason Kelsey for you guys and Lane Johnson were out, right? And so for practice today,
Lane Johnson was out, and then Mailata's out. But we seen Mailata back at practice, so I'm praying he plays this Sunday to get him back out there. But Lane Johnson, it wasn't even an injury. He had some personal issues going on, so they don't really give us too much information about that. They just said he hasn't been at practice yet this week. So we still are up in the air about Lane Johnson. He could have played. Like, Lane's a veteran, so if he can get through whatever he's going through, he was out last week because of it. If he can get through whatever he's going through, I'm pretty sure they can pop him in on Sunday. It won't be too big of an issue. So, but we lost our right guard last week. You know what I'm saying? The week before last, Isaac Seumalo, and then Brooks is out for the season. Well, not the season, but pretty close to the season. He's on IR right now. So, but we had young guys, Justin Herbert and Jack Driscoll, who played against the Kansas City Chiefs. And they did good, man. Our line, we only had one starter last week when we played the Chiefs. And, until the fourth quarter, I think we were only in a 5-point game, 5-point spread until they kind of took off with a Tyreek Hill show. Came out and he started showing you what the cheetah could do to a defense playing zone against them with linebackers on him. He's like, oh, really? Just throw me the ball, coach. I got this.
I saw those clips. I was like, "Oof." And I saw the numbers by Tyreek. I was like,
it was nasty, man. It was nasty,
Yeah.
man. But, we got some rookie head coaches on our side. They got a head coach and defensive coordinator. They definitely got to get their staying together because I think they're a little too confident about their schemes this early. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're a rookie, I feel like you got to go into it with a plan. But, once you hit those first 3 games, you know what I'm saying? If your plan's not working, you got to start doing some adjusting to that plan, while you still can. And these guys are still strong-minded, thinking they're going full force with it and they're not worried about things. So we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, I know that same story. We have coaches that come from the college level. They kind of believe in themselves a little too much. And making adjustments can be a struggle for them just because, like you said, they believe in their game plan and all this stuff too much that they're kind of almost scared to make adjustments, per se. But I understand.
Yeah. And then he says, hasn't seen Miles. Yeah. All of Philadelphia. And if you were at the game in Philadelphia last week, you would have heard the whole crowd yelling, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. Miles, you got to let Booby spin, man. You can't have a star running back on the sideline chilling like that. Our coach, that is a huge thing that they are really tripping at. And they definitely need to get that ball in the Booby's hands, especially saying after what Zeke did to y'all last week. No offense to you guys, but Zeke is a beast, and he did that to us too. So, I want to see Booby spin this week and see what happens if we give him the ball.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot the name of that backup running back that's been getting a lot of carries for you guys. It's a weird name.
Gainwell?
Gainwell, that's what it is. Yeah, I've seen he's been getting a little bit more burn, and people have been calling for Miles Sanders. I've seen that. But shout out to T Money though. He just left that comment. T Money, that's my dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
all you Panther fans, thanks for coming to the stream today. Much love to you. We got 16 in the chat right now. Y'all make sure you hit that like and subscribe to both content creators. They're both putting in work for our teams. We got Unnecessary Bluntness link right here in the chat for you guys. And we also got BIRDGANG Nation Sports Talks links right here. So make sure you hit both subscribe buttons and the likes on this channel.
Oh, sure.
So what would you say would be, the weakness of your team right now?
Offensive line, no question. Like even before these injuries that happened, because I left tackle and center missed practice. I was relating just to you guys. Like you said, I think Kelsey missed practice the other day, and Lane Johnson or my line or whatever. But Cam Irvin, our starting left tackle, he missed practice, and Matt Paradise, he missed practice today too. I think Paradise was just sick, so he'll be fine. He's expected, but Cam Irving, it doesn't look like he's probably going to play. So we're either going to start a rookie left tackle or another backup rotational guy that we have. But they were our weakness anyway. We have some rookies in the wings that a lot of people are just saying like, hey, might as well try them. They can't be any worse than the guys we have been playing. Because the way that the Cowboys defensive line did us there's no reason for that. Their defense is not that good. They're good at getting turnovers. I give them that. But they're not good at stopping. Like they give up a lot of yards. They can give up points too at times. It's just they're very opportunistic. Kind of a Dan Quinn's identity. So you guys know about that. You played them. So
yeah.
But our offensive line is the weakness, and Christian McCaffrey does a lot to cover up those weaknesses because one, he can make people miss in the backfield before like anything else happens. But also, he's always that safety valve and that dump off for Sam Darnold whenever there is pressure because the offensive line messed up. So not having him last week was a big factor, in my opinion, of why we lost. Had we had him, I think we win that game, and I don't even think it would have been that close.
We were obviously to win that game. Anybody beat Cowgirls, goddamn. We don't like them guys around here, boy.
I mean, you ain't tell me that they get that kind of home cooking from these refs though, because it was brutal. I was like, man, everybody was like, "Oh, y'all just now."
You know what I'm saying? We either what do you call owner in the league? You get a little.
He the second richest owner. Our owner is the richest now. Okay. He just got in the league though. He richest
owner. But he got that old money.
Yeah, he got that old money. But he the power broker in the league out of all the owners anyway. But yeah, everybody was on Twitter clowning me. He's like, "Oh, y'all didn't know that the Cowboys get this kind of home cooking, like welcome to the club. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So whatever. Yeah, our offensive line got to be the weakness. And we're gonna try to cover it up as much as possible if we have Christian. But that's one of my biggest concerns because interior more in particular, because that's where you guys' strength is between Hargraves and between Hargraves and
FDT in football right now, even better than Aaron Donald.
Between him and Fletcher, man, they between him and Fletcher, those guys are a nightmare. So it'll be very interesting to see how that matchup plays out. I think it'll be one in the trenches on both sides because I think with the injuries you guys got, and the way you guys are probably gonna be able to try to run the ball on us, it's gonna come down to our defensive line versus y'all offensive line. And I think vice versa. It'll be interesting. Like I said, it'll be one of the loss in the trenches.
He said, "Where baby the Bubba? Where baby Bubba at?"
You talking about Pat Coltrane? That ain't till 11. That ain't till 8:30.
Yeah, that's the next one up. Did I click the wrong link? I don't think I clicked the wrong link. This is the right link. I shared this one with you, right? And this one was the right one. Yeah, because I remember I shared it with you. Yeah, it was right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
He said, "Where baby Bubba at?" Okay. So who's the two top players on the Eagles that you're worried about? Like one give me one on offense and one on defense.
I think we just talked about it. Really, Hargraves. I mean, Hargraves can really interior pressure can really disrupt the game. However, like I said, if Christian McCaffrey's playing, it helps a lot. But Sam can move. Sam's tied for lead in rushing touchdowns right now. But interior pressure is the one thing that can throw any quarterback off. We've seen Tom Brady be fooled by that kind of inside pressure and stuff like that. So Hargraves is really, really the guy that I'm worried about there. Offensively, I mean, it's kind of generic, but I got to say Jalen Hurts just because we haven't really faced a mobile quarterback like that. We faced Dak last week, but I don't think Dak's the same guy from a running standpoint that he used to be, nor when he was healthy before. He was still not on the level that Jalen is when it comes to being able to use his legs. But Dak got us a couple times on third down last week. So I'm a little bit worried about Jalen Hurts, not to mention Matt Rule, our coach, used to coach Baylor. And the last two times he coached against Jalen Hurts when he was at Oklahoma, they lost. One of those games, they blew a 28-3 lead, and Oklahoma came back and beat them. So it'll be interesting to see if they make any kind of adjustments. Obviously, it's a different level. This is not Oklahoma versus Baylor anymore. The talent is a lot closer compared to Baylor versus Oklahoma, you know what I'm saying? But I think Jalen Hurts, he's concerned just because of the legs. That's something you can't game plan for, you know? Mm-hmm. But I think that if we can dictate game flow, which is what we've done most of the year, I think we can neutralize Jalen to a certain extent because we'll turn it into a passing game more so than anything. And I think we like our matchups as far as our D-line edge rushing in certain pass rush scenarios versus you guys front. But, Hargraves and Hurts for me. Yeah,
man. How you like Devontae Smith so far? Do you think you guys got a corner that's going to be able to lock him down?
Yeah, we do. I think we have C.J. Henderson. C.J. Henderson has some experience guarding Devontae from college, obviously, a little bit. We had J.C. Horn. J.C. Horn, obviously, from South Carolina. He has some experience, too. But I like
those guys didn't stop Devontae now. If you want to go back to college days, those guys.
They made plays though, and I like the physical nature that they can bring. And Dante Jackson's been playing out of his mind this year. This is a contract year from him. Another LSU SEC product in our secondary. But I think I like the guys that we have, and I also, like I said, I like our pass rush to really limit the amount of time to be able to for the receivers to get downfield and make anything happen anyway. But it says it'll be interesting to see how we try to match up and what kind of looks we give you guys as far as that, because I think we're going to try to mix it up and keep it off balance, especially with the inexperience of Jalen Hurts as a starter. So we run a lot of looks anyway. So I think we're going to throw a lot of looks at Jalen, try to mix it up. But I think we'll throw a lot of looks at Devontae. I mean, unfortunately, Stephon Gilmore is not playing this week, but I still feel
so happy. Like, I don't care about Stephon because he's not playing this week.
Right,
he's not getting back to after week 6 now. He's hurt.
Yeah, so I feel confident in the corners still. So we'll see.
You still got to worry about Rager and Quez Watkins. You see, whenever they do throw the ball to Watkins making some big plays out there. You know,
Yeah.
and that's a speedster. That's our mini version of Tyreek Hill. You know what I'm saying? That's the generic Tyreek. You know, his name's Squares
Yeah.
over here. He can go deep on you. He can go deep on you.
I know.
Is this real? He said you guys gave up 14 sacks so far. He said it feels like 34. 14 sacks, my guy.
14 probably 14 sounds pretty realistic for a game at the 4 games in. Yeah, I mean that sounds about right.
Say my second team, home team. That's what's up. Go Birds, right? He said a duel of with Zeke and Pollard ripped us up. Yeah, man. What was the reason why you guys think you couldn't stop Zeke? And
Well,
Pollard? You think it's the main reason that defense can't stop him?
well, I think it's a couple things. So typically, the reason why our numbers have been so good as number one defense is like when you're playing with the lead and teams are playing catch up. The fastest way to get into a game is to pass and to keep passing and to keep passing, because running the ball, it doesn't always break big plays and it chews up clock. So we always tended to get decent leads, and teams we could dictate the game flow. So teams would be passing heavier on us, trying to play, like I said, playing catch up. We get sacks and turnovers that way. And pretty much it's not that we were just shutting down the run, but they didn't run at all because they didn't have time. They needed to play catch up. So that played a big factor in the effectiveness of our run game. 2, the Dallas offensive line is pretty good. I think people are underestimating how good their offensive line is. Like, yeah, 245 is a little excessive, but their offensive line is great, and Zeke is a great running back. Not to mention they got about 35, 45 yards from Dak himself. So, I mean, you can count those rushing yards, but those weren't design runs. But nevertheless, we got pushed around. It is what it is. We got pushed around at times. We did get held every now and then, but we got pushed around. And then the turnovers that started mounting in the third quarter, the defense is on the field so much they get tired. And we're built for speed. We have some beef on the inside, but we're a little bit thin on the edges, like I told you, with Brian Burns and Hassan Riddick. But even our big guys on the inside got moved around. That's the thing. So the Dallas offensive line is being good. They pushed around us and leaned on us when our defense was tired. And Zeke is a good back. I mean, you got to give it to him.
Good again this year, it seems like. Last couple of years, not so much, but definitely this year. I think he got tired of everybody saying Pollard should start over him. And now he's like, hey, guys, don't be disrespecting me like that. I am still a beast. You know, Zeke's is a big physical back, man. It's hard to bring him down. He was hurting players on our team. It sucked. I'm a little mad about that. The old Zeke is back. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. I don't like that one bit.
Yeah. Trying to tackle him for 4 quarters, man. It's tough.
Right. Now, be the offensive coordinator and be the defensive coordinator. What would be your game plan going into this week against Philadelphia?
Offensive coordinator, I'm going to give a steady dose of Christian McCaffrey like normal. I mean, I'm not going to be too stubborn with the run game. I'm going to try to run, obviously, to stay balanced. But I'm going to try to see if they can make them prove that they can cover Christian McCaffrey. Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to put a safety on him? Are you going to put a linebacker? Because there's no linebacker in the NFL that's going to cover Christian McCaffrey. I just period. So what are you going to do? I'm going to use Christian McCaffrey in the route.
That's our weak spot right now. Our linebackers is kind of our weak spot right now. Even though they're like 2 top 12 tackling linebackers, you know, they're up there in tackles, but they kind of wait for them to get past the line of scrimmage before they tackle them, as opposed to, you know, hitting them in the backfield. You know, we need a big thumping back linebacker. I was hoping we were going to get Jalen Smith there, but he got scooped up by Green Bay. So
yeah, I mean, so yeah, I'm gonna use Christian McCaffrey out of the backfield catching passes, and I know y'all had big play Slay, but I'm gonna test him with DJ Moore. I'm gonna try to find any way to get DJ Moore the ball. Also, keep doing what you've been doing. I mean, let Sam create with your legs. I'm not gonna really deviate too much from what we've been doing, but obviously I'm gonna play into the short passing game. I'm gonna use screens. I know we're gonna probably be vulnerable on the inside rush for Hargraves and Fletcher Cox. So I'm going to try to run them outside, make those big dudes run, get them tired. You know what I'm saying? Mix a little bit of no huddle in there. Like I said, throw it to Christian McCaffrey on the outside. Don't run directly at him. That don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's my offensive strategy. Defensively, like I said, I'm just going to keep doing what you're doing. It's Jalen Hurts. I like Jalen personally as a fan, but he hasn't played a lot of football yet. There's a lot of looks that he hasn't seen. I'm going to mix it up. Like I said, obviously you have experience playing against him on the college level, but it's a different scenario. I wouldn't be afraid to play some man coverage if you think you can get to the quarterback and get home. Just don't get beat deep by no speed or anything like that. But I still wouldn't be afraid. We're going to bring a lot of different blitzes. We're going to blitz safeties. We're going to blitz linebackers. Obviously, the guys off the edge. We're going to blitz some nickels and corners at times. We're going to blitz from everywhere. Keep doing what you do. Give him as many looks as possible, you know what I'm saying, to try to confuse him and try to confuse this whatever guys are in there for your offensive line, because it sounds like you got some injuries. So they may not have as much experience starting either. So give them as many looks as possible. NFL-wise, offensive line is about continuity. You may not be the best, but if you have a group that's been playing together consistently without injuries, they know each other. They know on the same page. When the guys twist, stunt, and blitz, they know who to pass, who, and what to. But when you have guys that you're filling in the blanks for because some guys hurt or this, that, or whatever, it can get a little bit confused. The communication's not that good. They're not sure about how Jalen usually runs around. They're not sure about blocking in the running game. So give them a lot of different looks to try to confuse them, get some guys free, get a lead, and then let your defense feast.
Now, you've seen our offense the way we've been running it, not running the ball at all. Are you looking forward to that coming into the game? Or are you guys being prepared that maybe if we give Miles Sanders the ball, that could be a problem?
I think you guys I wouldn't be surprised to see the running game happen. Because like you said, obviously what people saw, everybody saw that game last week.
Yeah.
245 yards is a lot of yards, no matter what way. I can give reasons and excuses, but 245 yards is still a lot of yards. So if you see any kind of chink in the Panthers defense armor, even though they're the top two defense still in the league still, it's obviously on the ground. And with the type of offensive line you guys have, physical, run the ball type of guys that can move a little bit. I mean, you haven't committed to the run, obviously, because with this coaching staff, but we've seen some of the guys you guys have in the past have some success moving around, running the ball, pushing guys around. So it's the running game, I think, would be something they'll try to focus on. But like I said, if we can dictate the tempo and get a lead early and then force y'all into obvious pass scenarios, I think they could play it to our hands with the running game won't even be a factor if you guys are playing from behind. But like I said, it'll be up to us to get a fast start.
Yeah. He said, Grand Zier said, what three Panther rookies have impressed you the most so far?
To be honest, we ain't even played a ton of rookies, to be honest, thus far. But I will say number one has to be J.C. Horn. Even though he's hurt, J.C. Horn's been pretty solid. I expect, I'm a South Carolina fan anyway, so I've been watching him his whole career, but I still wasn't expecting him to come in with that much confidence in the transition that smoothly. But J.C. Horn, hopefully he'll be back later this year, but he was off to a great start as a rookie. He had an interception in the first couple games, obviously. He had a pick against the Saints, but he's probably number one. Number two, Terrace Marshall Jr. He hasn't really done much yet, but leading up to this, I think in the opportunities that he has had, he's been good. And number three, Tommy Tremble, our new number one tight end. Tommy Tremble is very athletic. He was looked at more as of a blocker in college at Notre Dame. A lot of people saying they think he has George Kittle potential because George Kittle was kind of like that. George Kittle was kind of underused in college from a passing standpoint, and now he's in the league just doing numbers. So Tommy Tremble's been good too. Like I said, two of those guys have been off. We have some other rookies that we may see this week from an offensive line standpoint.
Right?
So what?
Marshall's the receiver, right?
Yeah, Marshall's the receiver from LSU.
Where's he at on the depth chart on your guys' team?
He's number three. He's number three. But he kind of splits time. The number three position is a little bit fluid. We have a couple of different guys that play in there at times, but he's number three. I would say slotted on paper at least.
Mm-hmm. Nice. All right, give me some hot takes for this game. You know what I'm saying? Give me 4 hot takes. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want the easy stuff like, McCaffrey's gonna go for $150. 200 yards, like that's possible. I want some stuff that that's juicy right here. Give me something made for TV, my guy.
I think hot take is Robbie Anderson. He's been in the shadows of DJ Moore all year. I think Robbie Anderson finds the end zone this week. He has 1 touchdown this year on a deep ball, but he hasn't really got much action. I think this is the week that we get him some action. I think he gets in the end zone. So that's one hot take. Two. He said Philly gonna be upset after Sunday.
That one. That's funny. That's a good one. That's a good one right there. Go ahead.
My boy 10 Tizzy in there. But another hot take I would say is Sam Darnold doesn't rush for a touchdown this week. I think that he's, like I said, he's tied for the league leading rushing touchdown. I don't think he'll have one. I think he'll get in the. I think he'll make up for it through the air with Christian McCaffrey back, or Christian McCaffrey will take some of that slack off of it. So I'm expecting Christian to play, but I say Sam Darnold doesn't get a rushing touchdown this week. That's not that hot, I guess, because he's not a running quarterback.
Yeah, that's two questions on that one. I was gonna say, are these touchdowns Sam's getting? Are they just like, I haven't watched them all, so are they like 2-yard runs, 3-yard runs, or is Sam actually breaking loose on the defense?
He's had probably two or three quarterback sneaks, but he's had some long runs that's been called back. He had a rushing touchdown, probably about 10, 15 yards against against last week against Dallas. And then he had his own read that he pulled and kept for a touchdown. So I mean, he's not Lamar Jackson out here. But
I know that. I watched it. I was like, that's what it had me thinking. Y'all call him Sam Newton. And I was like, he got all these rushing touchdowns. Is he actually out there running them around? Or is it just the fact that, he's just getting open, he's getting some clear lanes and he's just been taking advantage of him?
And we've had some struggles in the red zone. So using the quarterback's legs has been a factor that we've had to rely on to get in the end zone. I mean, by any means is my philosophy. So if it takes running a non-running quarterback like Sam Darnold, I mean, I'm all for it. But let me get some defensive hot takes on here.
All right.
Defensively, I think we get 4 sacks. I'm calling 4 sacks.
I like it. That's a hot take, my guy.
4 sacks. 4 sacks. I think I'm going to give Brian Burns 1.5. I'm going to give Morgan Fox, who's another one of our DNs, but he puts his hand in the dirt. He's not an edge rusher at all the times, but he's probably one of our most underrated players on the defense. I got him getting his sack. I think Derek Brown on the inside may get a sack. I feel like Derek Brown, it's a good game for him to get some interior pressure, maybe sneak up on Jalen one time, and with our edge rushers coming up, they may contain Jalen in the pocket and he can't go anywhere, and Derek Brown gets on the board too for 1-2. So I got 4 sacks because I think, like I said, we're going to be able to dictate the game and get a lead. It's going to be more of a passing game. You've been saying that y'all haven't been running the ball as much as the fans want it.
I'm hoping.
So yeah.
Oh, man. Because honestly, our plays will work even better. Even though if you take away, if no one will be worried about our offense, we might even beat the Chiefs last week if we get those 3 touchdowns that we had stupid penalties on, get called back. Then Jalen has 5 touchdowns. Then the Eagles win the game. Then Jalen's thrown over for over 400 yards. Didn't happen. But I'm just saying it was that close. You know what I'm saying? Like we were going toe-to-toe with the champs like that.
Yeah.
But we still need to run the ball. If we ran the ball, Patty Mahomes wouldn't have so many opportunities to score all them touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Like the more opportunities you give Patty to score touchdowns, he's like Brady. They're going to score them touchdowns, man. Early we kicked field goals when we should have been scoring touchdowns because they got called back. So, it is what it is. I hope we run the ball because really Miles Sanders is a beast, and I think the world needs to see that. Like I'm about to make a video going to call it Let Booby Spin. You know what I'm saying? Let Booby Spin because he needs to get out there and do that. Plus, he's on my fantasy team. He's awesome. You can't bench Miles Sanders yet. I can't bench him. I got to keep him in there another week. Oh, T-Money thinks we're going to have 5 or more sacks? Dang, what kind of line you think you guys got over there? We still got a good line, guys. Our stars might be out, but we got some good players. Those guys got their butts whooped last year, so they came into this season ready. So that's why they did such a good job against the Chiefs. I don't think we even gave up a sack, or we gave up 1 sack last week against the Chiefs. So, yeah.
And the Chiefs have been struggling this year to say the least.
On defense, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but Chris Jones is one of my favorite players. But if y'all didn't give up a sack to him, he's. I would put him up there as one of the best interior D linemen also when he cares. He talks a lot of trash and he kind of got a lot of attitude, but when he's on his game, Chris Jones can dominate. Because he's just so violent, man. It's crazy how he plays. But I got one more hot take in me.
Okay.
My other hot take, I'm gonna say Jeremy Chin, our starting safety, gets his first interception of the year.
Ooh, I like Chin too. I can't even hate. I ain't hating no Chin. I ain't hating no Chin at all, man. Chin's a beast.
I think he's his first one. I'm gonna say he played a lot more linebacker last year. He's playing safety. A lot of fans have been griping and complaining, said that they need to move him back because he's not as good at safety. I think he maybe gets one. I don't know if it'll be some kind of heroic ball hawking play or if he'll just catch a tip pass or something. Mm-hmm. But I think Jeremy Chin gets an interception this week. That's just my call.
Those some good hot takes. Let's go with me. I'll go some hot takes here too. First, okay. I answer this question. He goes, I got a question for Philly fans. What are you going to be ready for? Minshew Magic? Never. Like everybody, like always think we gonna switch our quarterback. Jalen Hurts is breaking records, guys. As bad, the funny thing is, as much as he can grow, he's still breaking records on the path to growing. Every week he's breaking a new record. Most yards by quarterback overall. Most rushing yards by quarterback. Most touchdowns by quarterback. So it's like I'm not. I think Jalen's the man. Our offensive coordinator needs some work. Our defense needs some work. Our defense coordinator needs some work. They got to get adjusted to the NFL. But Jalen, he just threw for almost 400 yards, 2 touchdowns and, 60 yards rushing. So, like, he can do his thing. I ain't worried about Jalen. Jalen got it, and you probably won't see Minshew this year unless Jalen gets hurt. So that's my answer.
So why did y'all make that trade is the question?
Because Flacco's garbage. You want Flacco on your team?
Nah, I'm good.
Exactly.
I'm good. I wouldn't mind a vet, but yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Not Flacco. Yeah, exactly. You went and got young Minshew to back up Jalen in case of emergency, man. And it'd be good to have him there in case there's anything does happen. We need to knock on wood on that. But Jalen, and he's our guy, man. 100% behind. It is Hurts season. It's still early. It's only the first quarter of the season. We got a lot of football left. He's already getting some good numbers up there. He's in the top 10 quarterbacks right now. Everybody had him at 40th before the season started. He was a 40th best quarterback, and now you see he's top 10 right now. So hopefully everybody can wake up and realize that we got a real deal over here. He does make rookie mistakes, but you got to look at that's his 8th game he just played last week. You know what I'm saying? 8 games in his whole NFL career. Patty Mahomes didn't do better than that. What's his name? That quarterback, Josh Allen didn't do better than that. Brady was garbage his first, in terms of stat-wise, wasn't doing that good. Mahomes, all these guys had to wait till they start getting pieces around them, the good defense and good running game around them before they actually start balling out. So everybody just need to back up off my boy Hurts, let him do his thing. He's going to be all right.
I do like Jalen. But let me ask you this. What would you say is the reason for you guys 1-3 start?
My reason? Coaching. Because the simplest thing. Coaching and penalties and linebackers. Those are my top 3 reasons why we're 1-3 right now. Penalties for one, because we lead the league in penalties. We've averaging like 13-something penalties a game, which is ridiculous. No NFL team should be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be getting. And then the problem is, it's not just like meaningless penalties. They're like on 3rd and long. You know what I'm saying? When we're about to get the ball back on the offense, they do a penalty. Now it's a first down. You know what I'm saying? Personal foul, first down. You're like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Or when Jalen's throwing one of these touchdowns, lineman offsides or, like lined up in a neutral zone or some bull, like that, where it's just like, you just cost us a touchdown, like what's going on? And then we never get that touchdown back. And it's like, and then like running the ball, man, you got to run the ball. Our coach calls so many play action passes without running the ball. I'm like, are you not watching your game tape? Because if you're watching the same game that I watch, you would see that the linebackers aren't budging off the play fakes because they know you're not running the ball. It's the same thing that happened with Dougie P. You see, he's in the unemployment line right now. Want to be there next year. You better get your mind right because all the best teams, they act like if you run the ball, you can't have a high flying passing game. And it's the opposite. If you run the ball, that's how you get the high flying passing game because everybody's open. Those linebackers suck in. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have our whole starting line injured again for the second year. These are 300-pound grown men backpedaling all game. You know what I'm saying? Catching and backpedaling. You think, oh, why are their legs getting hurt? Why are they getting injured? They're so injury prone. No, you're putting them in position for them to get hurt. Everybody know offensive line. They like to move forward, oppose their will on the defensive lineman. You know what I'm saying? But if you're just catching all game, imagine catching. That's why they have all these knee injuries and all these like pecs from like trying to push people off injuries. Off our line, man. So those are two huge mistakes I think we're making. You definitely gotta let Big Booby spin. And then what else I said? I said the penalties. We gotta stop that. That's just nothing. No room for penalties like that. I think that's ridiculous, and it's kind of a disgrace to football. Like, come on, you guys all get paid. You guys are grown, man. Stop with the simple penalties already. And then our defense, man. We got our defense. I would say like this. Last year we were one of the top rush defense, right? But we sucked at the pass because of the sticks defense. So this year, we're actually pretty good in the passing game. You know what I'm saying? We shut down some top elite tight ends, some good receivers except for Mr. Tyreek Hill. But everybody kind of gets burned by that guy. He's kind of one of the best in the league. So there's nothing you can do to stop that sometime. But, we did a pretty decent job, but we're getting killed in the run because the stupid zone defense that our coach won't get away from. You know what I'm saying?
Who's your defensive coordinator?
JG. Gannon, he was a court. Where he went? He was from Minnesota. Okay. So he's like trying to bring that. He's trying to bring that Minnesota defense here in Philadelphia, which is a good defense. They were one of the best defenses, but we don't have those Minnesota players. You need awesome linebackers to play this defense, and we don't have awesome linebackers.
That's true.
You can't look at Barr and Kendricks and then replace them with Wilson and Singleton and think you're going to get the same production. That's not the same at all. 0%. You're talking about Pro Bowlers and guys that wish they were in the Pro Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like guys that were back up from the Canadian League. And you think, oh, yeah, I can still run my defense with these guys. No, it is not working, and he needs to stop. He needs to stop already. Like, it's making me mad for sure. Like, he definitely needs to get out of that because you got to be able to mix it up, too. I think we're playing zone on the 3-yard line with Tyreek Hill in the slot. That put a linebacker on him. Like, what kind of, I'm trying not to cuss. I've been trying not to cuss this whole segment. But, what kind of shit is that? Why would you not be man-pressing Tyreek Hill on the 3-yard line? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of dumb to me. But they're rookies, you know what I'm saying? Their first time actually being their positional coaching. So they're going through their growing pains. And hopefully he gets tired of hearing the media and the fans talk crap about him. And he gets his stuff together and switch it up sometime.
Yeah, I think with coaching, like you said, they're young. Well, not young. They're inexperienced. I'm not even gonna say young. They've been in the league. They're just they just need experience. Like I said, sometimes they're hard.
But you look at our offense, guys. Sirianni came from the coast. They had a 3-headed monster over there in the running back game. You know what I'm saying? They had Hines, Taylor, and Mack, right? Stecken, our offensive coordinator. He came from San Diego, where they had running game there with Eckler and Gordon or whoever else they had over there in San Diego before. But they were running
Jackson, I think, something like that.
Jackson over there. So you thought putting them together, bringing them here, that our main guy right now will be Miles Sanders. The running game also helps the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? It helps the quarterback out, put less pressure on him. Miles Sanders doing the thing. And he's an explosive back, So it's like if you have some scrubs back there, I can understand why you're not running it. But you got some badass running backs back there. Gainwell's no joke as a rookie. And Miles Sanders, you see what happened last year. The only running back to have 3 80-yard touchdowns, in the season. Come on now. You got to get the boy the ball.
Yeah. And like I said, when you're inexperienced, sometimes you can fall in love with your own game plan. And then, like, even a game like last week or against, like, the Cowboys, when you see them coming out passing the ball all over the place, especially playing against the Chiefs, when you see them, they can score quick, they can put up 40 points, you fall into that trap of trying to play their game instead of playing your game. And it takes a disciplined head coach and disciplined football team to be able to execute and stick to your gun, stick to your game plan. And if y'all are averaging that many penalties per game, y'all ain't that disciplined of a team.
Yeah. But now it's like, we came into the season healthy. That was a good part of not playing our starters. But now you're seeing some of those guys get hurt, and now you're starting to see all these starters make all these penalties. So maybe, was it a good decision or not? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're questioning some things. We feel like we've been bamboozled over here. Everything that they told us before the season is not happening. And we need some answers, Sirianni. We need some answers. But hey, man, we gotta wrap this up. But before we go, I always do this thing called, the greatest team, your favorite team of all time. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you a position, how many players I want from you from that position, and it's your team, so it could be anybody. It could be new people, it could be rookies, it could be people that play, in the beginning of the franchise years. It's all up to you who you put in position. Just let me know. If you can't do all of them, just give me a couple, and we just keep moving on from there. But we're gonna start with the quarterback. Who's your favorite Panthers quarterback, and who will be backing them up?
Cam Newton is the starter. Gotta be. It has to be the starter. I mean, he's one of the best players, if not the best player in franchise history. Got to go with Cam Newton. His backup will be Jay Delhomme, the second best quarterback in franchise history. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't the best, but he in a good spot. I'll take Jay Delhomme in a one-game scenario anyway. I mean, he had some good weapons around when he played, but I'll still take him. Back up.
Okay, give me 3 running backs.
Christian McCaffrey. Steven Davis, and I hate to have to pick between my 2 guys, D'Angelo Williams and Jonathan Stewart, but I probably go Jonathan Stewart, to be honest. Just because I love Stu, man. I don't know why, I just love Stu. Honorable mention to D'Angelo, though, and honorable mention to my boy Deshaun Foster too. But
all right, you got them honorables. Give me 2 tight ends, my guy.
Greg Olsen, and I'll go Shockey, just because it is what it is.
Shockey, we know about Shockey over here.
They played together. There's a couple other OGs in there, but I'll still take the athleticism and the toughness between Olsen and Shockey.
Give me 4 receivers.
It ain't been too many good ones in franchise history, but I got to go with Muhsin Muhammad, Steve Smith, and I'll put DJ Moore in that thing. And one more. I don't know. That's a tough one. I guess I'll take the OG. I'll just go with Ricky Pro. I need a vet in there. It's gonna do the dirty work in the slot.
OG, the third down guy. Go ahead and let him.
Yeah, so I'll throw Ricky Pro in there just to be your personal favorite.
Give me a starting offensive line.
Left tackle Jordan Gross. Left guard, I'll go Norwell. Center, I'll go Khalil. Right guard, who's the right guard? I'll just go Trey Turner just because of throwaway, and then the Travell Wharton play right tackle. I'll go Travell Wharton for right tackle.
Okay.
So that's all time we got some pretty good offensive linemen, but we've had a different left tackle for the past 9 seasons. So we try to figure out what to do.
Give me your starting defensive line.
Man. I'll go Peppers, of course. Chris Jenkins. Oh gosh. Who else do I want to say? I'll take KK Short. I was a big KK Short fan. And the other end, this is tough because I like Brian Burns. Charles Johnson was a good one. Greg Hardy, as crazy as he was a good one. Mike Rucker was a good one. But I'm gonna go with the young gun. Give me some speed on the other side of Julius Peppers. I'll go with Brian Burns.
Okay.
Someone said, better not say Ray Carew.
Yeah. The worst hide and go seek player ever.
Oh man, he ain't got no chill. No chill.
What about 3 linebackers, my guy?
So I'll go Dan Morgan, Thomas Davis, and Luke Kuechly.
Oh yeah, Luke's a beast. All those guys are beasts, actually.
Yeah.
Go give me 3 corners.
I'll go Chris Gamble. I'll take Josh Norman. Josh Norman as a Panther was a dog, and I'll take Ricky Manning Jr. also.
Oh yeah, Ricky Manning. I forgot about that guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me 3 safeties.
So who else? I'll take Charles Godfrey. Mike Minter. And who's the third? People really hate on him, but I'll take Jeremy Chin. I'll take Jeremy Chin.
Yeah. That's nice.
Put some youth in there.
And then who will be the kicker? Who will be the punter?
The kicker, I'll take Graham Gano. And And the punter, who's our punter? Did we have Todd Sauerbrunn? We had a good punter. I can't remember his name. But did we have Todd Sauerbrunn? We might have had him. I don't know. I don't care. I'm not losing sleep over it. I ain't losing sleep over it.
Yeah. Okay. Who'll be that defensive coordinator of your team?
I gotta go with Sean McDermott.
Okay.
Sean McDermott, obviously he's in Buffalo now, but we had a top 10 defense. Like, I mean, granted, he had Thomas Davis and Luke Kuechly on the defense, you know, so you gotta have a top 10 defense. That's the case. But I still like Sean McDermott. He did big things with us. He's doing big things now in Buffalo. I like McDermott.
Who's your offensive coordinator and head coach?
Offensive coordinator.
And if they play, if they're both, then you can do one player. But
no, offensive coordinator, I'll still take North Turner. I like what we were doing with North Turner underneath with Cam and stuff, but Cam got hurt. Obviously, I think it could have worked out a little bit better. And I think he has the pedigree to be able to put some things together. Actually, I'll go with Chizensky. Chizensky was Cam's rookie offensive coordinator. Cam had his best career passing year. Obviously, he came and revolutionized the league that rookie year. I'll go with Chud. Head coach, I got to go with Ryan, man. Ryan, he's one of my favorite just people in general, just because all the stuff he'd been through. He was kind of hard headed and stuck to his ways sometimes, and some of his philosophies were BS, and like not wanting to play rookies and stuff like that. But I'll still take Ron. I like Riverboat Ron, man.
Yeah, man, he was a good coach out there. He's doing a right job, you know, and the Washington football team. Well, hey, man. Shout outs for coming on the show today. Much love for getting back to coming on. I really enjoyed it. You're doing some great work over there. Let everybody know where they can find you at one last time. And all links are inside of the chat. So make sure you guys, Philly Eagle fans, go ahead and subscribe this guy up. He's putting out that good content out there for the Carolina Panthers. And all you Panther fans, you know, hit up the nation. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to BIRDGANG Nation Sports Talk. But go ahead.
Man. I'm at a Dunk on Demand on Twitter, DUNC on Demand. You know what I'm saying? And that's on Instagram and stuff too. But all my football content's on Twitter. YouTube is my main hub. Unnecessary Bluntness Sports Talk. Unnecessary Bluntness like unnecessary roughness, but it's unnecessary bluntness sports talk. You know what I'm saying? If you see the big orange U with a microphone in it, that's me. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you having me on here, man. I'm excited about this game on Sunday. I got some of my friends are Philly fans, man. You should have tuned in. I don't know if he commented. He always watches YouTube on TV, so
do you want to give us, before we get out of here, do you want to do a score prediction?
Yeah, I'll do a score prediction. I'll say 31-20 Panthers.
Oh, wow. All right.
I was waiting on you to ask me that.
You said 30. You said you're going to blow us out.
31. I was waiting on you to ask me that.
I got us winning 31-10 Eagles, baby. Let's
31-10?
go. We're gonna freaking just go in there and just let out all of our frustration and actually coach a good game, hopefully. You know,
on the road, 31-10.
That's what I'm hoping for. So we shall see what happens. It's gonna be a good game, nevertheless. I was just throwing it out there. You had me a little pump when you said 31. I was like, I was seeing black for a second. No, hey, but shout out to the 20 still in the chat. Please like on your way out. I got another live to do right now. Come check us out. We're gonna be here some more. And much love to you. I always say at the end of my shows, fly, Eagles, fly. Till next time, we out. Peace.